Many shout,
tax the rich.
but what happens to their fortune once they're gone? Inheritance tax is supposed to sort that out. It is a levy on wealth passed on after death. It's meant to prevent concentrations of wealth across generations, reduce wealth inequality and raise public money, while still allowing families to pass something on. In reality, inheritance taxes are surprisingly ineffective. Well, not always. Look at the family behind phone manufacturer Samsung. Chairman Lee Kun-hee died back in 2020, but his heirs only just finished paying off an inheritance bill of over $8 billion, the largest of its kind ever paid in South Korea. At 50%, South Korea has one of the highest inheritance taxes rates worldwide. So has justice been served? Not really, the 8 billion shouldn't have bothered them much. Last year they managed to double their fortune to 45 billion, thanks to the AI boom. While countries like South Korea and Japan at least try to tax the rich after death, others don't bother at all. Inheritance taxes raise surprisingly little money. Ironically, it's often those who inherit very large fortunes who pay little or no inheritance tax. Take the US as an example. Although there is a high inheritance tax of 40%, the law is riddled with loopholes to avoid paying, such as high tax-free allowances and rules that favor gifts made during a person's lifetime, allowing large fortunes to be passed on before death. In the US, this is especially clear because parents can pass on more than $11 million to their children tax-free, so inheritance tax affects only a small number of estates. But this professor has an idea how to deal with it.
I would suggest that we expand the base of the income tax to include inheritances and gifts, which is just the way that we treat lottery winnings and money found on the street and any other way of acquiring income.
But once rules change against their interests, the wealthy can simply move, as some have threatened to do in California amid proposals for a wealth tax, highlighting the limits of isolated reforms. In Germany, lobbyists often repeat this argument against inheritance tax, even though it still applies after moving abroad, and business assets can't be shifted without triggering exit taxes. But the pressure on the wealthy seems to be mounting, with more public voices calling to
Tax the rich.
Taxing the rich.
Well, today, we're taxing the rich.